Learn to root online in the comfort of your own home. Go at your own pace with unlimited access. Visit the RebornArtistStudio.com for more information. West Coast Doll Show, brought to you by Janie Scott, February 28th to March 1st, 2026 at the Doubletree Hotel, Ontario, California. Visit westcoastdollshow.com for more information.
Hi everyone, I'm Lizbeth Devlin from the Reborn Artist Studio.
And I'm Janie from West Coast Doll Show.
Welcome to another edition of Reborn Rap.
Welcome.
Janie.
Yes.
Janie, we're back. We're back in full strength.
We are. Are you alive over there?
I am now. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, COVID took me out badly. It's the second time I've had COVID. I got it about 8 months prior. And I remember being really sick when I had it the last time. But this time I wasn't as sick, but I was still sick. But it would go and come back and go and come back. And even yesterday I was out had some lunch yesterday with a friend, and I couldn't taste the food. And I'm thinking, I thought you got that with COVID, not after. I'm negative now, thank goodness. But that was 3 weeks of one thing after the other with COVID. But I'm back. I got my energy. I got me. I'm back.
You're back. I was a little worried, I'm not going to lie. I almost sent the fire department.
Oh, no. I live by myself, so she's always threatening to send the firemen. See where my men went? Not the fire department, the firemen. But anyway, but yeah, I'm doing good. Oh, thank you. So we've got a lot going on in this show. We have Cassie coming up, and we actually interviewed Cassie prior because after we'd finished interviewing Cassie, I was not feeling 100%. So we decided that we'd film this part a little bit differently. So hence the change of clothing, if you're looking at that. But yeah, so we've got a lot to cover.
We do. And you've got some really great things that you need to cover that I am super excited about. So yes, I want you to tell everybody.
Yes. So I'm going to make a public announcement that I am going to be launching a silicone rooting course probably around about early next year. I'm still working on kind of figuring out how I'm going to do it. I have students in my vinyl class right now, and I'll be talking to you guys separately about how we're going to do this, but there will be a silicone class coming up real soon, so keep an eye open for updates on that, but I'm super excited to get that going.
I'm so excited for it because, I'm taking Susan Gibbs' class, so I need to learn how to root a silicone baby now.
Yeah, love Susan's class. Really, we're both in the same class and just absolutely loving it. That lady is so talented. That lady, Susan, is so talented. She really is, isn't she?
She really is. I love her to death.
And she's so patient as well.
Thank God, because I'm a slow learner. So
yeah, she's wonderful. She's great. So, and you actually we actually both have some news, but yours is 3 times as big as mine, should I say?
It is 3 times, it's 3 times the love, 3 times the work. I got some beautiful prototypes from Bobby Barfoot at Trueborn, and it's the triplets, and they are by AK. I can never say her last name, so you're going to have to help me out. Can you say it?
I think it's Kirawana. I think that's how we say it, and I apologize if we're pronouncing that wrong.
Yep. But the triplets are beautiful.
They're gorgeous. And the triplets there's a crying baby, there is a sleeping baby, and there's a awake baby. And Janie is painting all 3 of them. So congratulations, because that's 3 prototypes all in one go.
It is. And I was really excited. When Bobby had seen the picture of my actual triplet girls, she was like, I've got something special for you. And so I said, what? Oh, really? And she sent them to me, and I freaked out. I mean, they literally reminded me so much of my own babies. So pretty excited.
Yeah, wonderful. And I actually was offered the sleeping baby. So I'm doing one of the triplets. and it's probably going to take me longer to make that one triplet than it will take you to make the 3. But I'm super excited. The face, oh my gosh, the face is gorgeous, isn't it?
It
so
is.
I have Ren.
You have Ren.
Ren's the little sleeping baby, and Ren's absolutely gorgeous. So we're super excited. We'll be posting lots of information about Ren and when the pre-order of the triplets is coming out.
Yep.
And we actually were hoping, because the episode that we missed was the September 15th episode, which was actually our 1-year anniversary. So I timed my COVID perfectly, didn't I?
Yep.
And Bobby did a really great segment on prototypes and how to become a prototype artist and what they're actually looking for prototypes. And I would say it's one of the questions I get most frequently, because I'm a newer prototype artist. People want to know. So we thought we would do a segment today on some of the things that you may not necessarily know about prototypes. Of course, we do encourage you to watch Bobby, because Bobby actually she's produced a lot of first-time prototype artists, and of course she's the queen of the information. So check out Bobby's segment, and then we're just going to talk a little bit more about it.
Yeah, definitely. So check out Bobby, and then we'll give you some pointers that we've learned along the way in the few prototypes that we've done.
Yeah, absolutely. So the first thing that we wanted to talk about are the duties of a prototype artist. So once you get that first prototype, and actually, can I just interrupt this? Because our good friend got her first prototype. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yes. So our really good friend Danielle got her very first prototype, and I'm so proud of her, and she's so deserving of that prototype. And I cannot wait. And she literally messaged me and said, "Am I dreaming? Is this fake? Is this real?" And I said, "No, this is real." And she goes, "No, this is not real. This is not real." And I said, "No, this is real." And she was screaming on the phone with excitement. She's so excited.
Yeah. And we've been there too. Getting that first prototype is just, that's your immediate reaction is, oh my gosh, it's finally come true. But so we're going to talk about what happens afterwards. So there are duties as a prototype artist. And one of the first duties that you're going to have is so the kit arrives.
Yep.
You have to look at that kit and make sure that there's no issues. So you're going to be painting that kit. If you've got an issue where the paint won't adhere to a knee or an elbow, those things you report back to either the sculptor or the prototype artist. The sculptor or the producer, whoever is producing the kit. The other thing you have to do is you have to do a lot of marketing, because you are now the voice of this kit. And typically they'll pick about 6 to 8 artists to do prototype a particular kit. And you have to start promoting that kit.
Yep. And one of the first things you should do is always take blank photos of the kit. So before you paint the kit, most of the time the sculptor has never seen their kit actually produced. They see it in only clay form, and they don't see the prototype, and so they don't ever see it in the vinyl form. They don't see it come to life until the prototype artists get it. So they really love seeing that vinyl photo, and so do the producers, because the producers get them and send them straight out to the artists. Right. And those are the only photos that they can actually put on their websites until they get all the finished product back.
That's a really good point, actually. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. And then part of that job too is, like Janie says, you want to take some pictures of the kit blank. You want to make sure when you finish painting the doll that you have to spend at least, and this is where I made a mistake too, but you need to spend at least a day or 2 days taking photographs. Make sure you spend an entire day. You're going to put multiple outfits on, different settings, different poses, and then you're going to release those pictures a little bit at a time as it's getting closer to the pre-order. And then once that pre-order comes out, the job's not done. You still want to be promoting that kit, and you are an advocate for that kit, and you need to promote that kit, and hopefully everyone can get to see your version of that baby, and hopefully that prototype will then sell through.
Yeah, no, that's really important. And it's a really good thing that you brought that up, because a lot of times you see prototype artists that'll post, especially newer prototype artists, they'll post a few photos, and then you don't see anything for weeks. And then you see the producers trying to post photos. And there's a couple of really good prototype artists out there that I just adore that post photos for weeks on end, and they're always new photos, and they come out, and it's like you almost think you're seeing a whole different baby, but it's the same kit, and then you realize you've fallen in love with it every time it comes out.
If you don't like, I'm kind of a stalker. I'm a Barbara Gonzalez stalker. I love Barbara. She's so sweet and really friendly, and she is a great one to look at because we both worked on the same kit, and her baby was gorgeous, Fable, and I learned from her. Oh, you got to keep posting lots of different poses and stuff like that. So do remember that once you get that prototype, it's not finished. That's when the work starts. So if you're not somebody who wants to post or is a little bit shy about posting, it's prototyping is probably not a good fit for you.
And it's really important if you take on a prototype that you look at your timeline and you make sure that you have the time to get it done in an appropriate timeline.
Absolutely. And one of the things that first question I ask is, when is the pre-order? So, and a lot of the times they'll know approximately, they might say, oh, it's mid-November, mid-October. And that gives you a sense of what your time frame is to finish that doll. Now, if it turns out that it's a 6-week timeline and you know that it takes you 3 weeks to make a baby, start that baby at the beginning 3 weeks. Don't wait till the end because something's always going to happen. A kid gets sick or you end up with COVID.
Yep.
Or something. So don't, because especially if this is your first prototype or you're new to prototyping, you're already going to be very nervous and you don't want to put yourself under any more stress. If it takes you 3 weeks and you've got 6-week deadline, take your time. Enjoy painting the kit.
Yeah, definitely.
The other thing too is don't take prototypes just because they're offered to you. So I don't paint babies with open eyes. I know that when I paint them, they look like dolls and I can't make them look realistic. It's just not my niche. I don't particularly like open-eyed dolls, but I love the sleeping babies. So if I'm ever offered, and I usually will say that, don't offer me open-eyed. So if I'm ever offered an open-eyed, I'm going to turn it down. Yeah. And it's not all about me. It's about doing the right thing for that sculptor. If they're picking 6 to 8 prototype artists, it needs to be 6 to 8, beautiful babies. And I know that I can't produce a beautiful baby, so it's not fair on that, like say on the artist or the sculptor, or the producer. So make sure you prototype within your range. I actually turned down 2 prototypes, and one of them was because I knew that I couldn't produce. I couldn't do a good job on the kit. I just knew that it wasn't going to be. I wasn't going to help sell the kit. Let's put it that way. That's what I felt. And then the other one was because timing. I just did not have enough time to do it. And the last thing you want to do is be late on a prototype because that helps nobody.
Yeah, being late really, really does stop the sales of a prototype. So, especially if a new kit coming out, those deadlines are just so important. And I'm glad you brought that up because, if you're a person that does toddlers and you've only ever done toddlers, taking on a newborn prototype may not be your niche, or like you said, if you don't do open eyes and you've never painted an open eye baby, don't take an open eyed. So. Yeah,
and I've never done toddlers. I know you do a lot of toddlers, so I would never take a toddler on. I mean, not as my first,
right.
Like if I started painting toddlers and I felt I had that confidence level making toddlers and I was offered a toddler prototype, then I would take it. But don't change lanes with your first prototype, because
that's a good way to put it.
You'll absolutely regret it big time. And then here's the other thing, to talking about nerves too. So one of the things that's going to happen, doesn't happen all the time, but what can happen is, maybe it's your first prototype and the producer or the sculptor drops you into a messenger group. And I remember, because my first prototype was Bep, and I remember being dropped into this group of other prototype artists and being like, oh, I can't breathe. I mean, you've got names like Veronica Lale, Barbara Gonzalez, I'm trying to think, Alexa Calvo. I mean, these are people that I look at their work and drool, and here I am in this group feeling very much like I shouldn't be in this group. But I think when you first start prototyping, though, you're kind of like a baby prototyper, you know? Like you're just learning the ropes.
There's different levels.
Yeah. And nobody is expecting me to produce an Alexa Calvo. But I love what Bobby says. And this really eased me when she said, when I pick prototype artists, I know that they're only going to get better. And that really helped me. I wasn't expecting... I know what my level was, and I know my level isn't as high as these other prototype artists, but she sees that I have the potential to get there. So take a deep breath. And everybody that's in that group, Alexa Calvo, and I mean, I chit-chatted with them all, and they're just other artists. They're really nice ladies.
And they all started the same way with their first prototype. They all started the same way. So I definitely agree with all of that. And, it's really important that if you get offered a prototype from somebody that maybe you don't recognize, a sculptor that's newer, take it. It is your moment to shine because it just shows your work. And then that's how you get other offers for prototypes. It's very important.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's a good point. And then speaking about that too is if you're on Facebook and you're posting in different groups and you're posting your work, most of the times they want you to post under your name and not your nursery page. So if you're applying for a prototype, make sure if they go back to check your page, they can actually see your work. They don't have to scroll through 60 pictures of kittens and puppies and, kids with ice cream. You want them to be able to see your work right at the top. So even if it means reposting past dolls so that when they see your picture, they can come back and see your work immediately. That's how you want to do it. And a lot of people too, I know there's quite a few artists that have two separate personal pages. One where they, for family and friends that they want to keep private, and they don't have any artist friends on there, because we're entitled to having a private life. And then they have another one that's under their name where they have all their doll friends and they post the pictures too. But you've got to make it easy for them to find you. Once they've seen your picture and they're like, oh yeah, beautiful, let them see the rest of your work.
Yeah. And make sure that you look at your Facebook like a resume. So if you're applying for prototype artists opportunities, look at your Facebook and look at it as a resume, as a business that somebody's going to be hiring you to do their doll. So look at your Facebook, make sure it looks clean, make sure you're in the neutral zone or whatever page you're going to list off of. It really helps.
Yeah, that's a very good point, because remember, if you're a prototype artist, you're representing that sculptor, and that sculptor wants you to be squeaky clean. Oh, perfect. And actually, talking about dropping those pictures, whenever you see an ad for a prototype artist, they are asking for your best pictures. Do not post a work in progress picture. I see this all the time where people are posting a head that's half rooted. Yeah, you can't. I mean, even hands as they're holding, that's not what they're looking for. They're looking for, obviously, your painted work, as Bobby says in her segment, and they're looking for your ability to photograph too. So don't post those work in progress pictures. You might have a fantastic doll, but if you're posting a work in progress, they're just going to go right past it. Nobody's going to be looking at that, So good pictures. The other thing too is read the instructions. If the prototype artist says, or not prototype artist, sorry, if the sculptor or producer says, post 3 pictures, it doesn't mean 3 times 3. It doesn't mean 9 pictures. It means 3 pictures. Because you know what that tells them? If you're posting 6 pictures, the first thing it tells them is cannot follow instruction. All right. So, 3 pictures.
And make sure it's your work completely.
Oh, yes.
It cannot be you painted and somebody rooted the baby. It cannot be you painted and you rooted and then had someone else take the photos, because it's your work completely that they want to see.
Yeah, that's it. So if you can't root and you can't paint hair, don't apply for prototypes, because you won't get them.
Yeah.
So it has to be, Janie's right, actually, I forgot about that. It's 100% your work from start to finish.
Yep.
Perfect. So on that note,
Yeah.
I think it's time for our segment.
I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited.
She's a sweetheart. Excited. She's as cute as a button. She's one of those people that could wear a dustbin bag, as she would say, or garbage bag, and still look absolutely smoking, cutie, everything. She's absolutely gorgeous.
She's everything. She's the whole package. I love her to death.
Yeah.
Literally loved her.
So we have Cassie's segment coming up right now.
Well, hello, Cassie. How are you? Welcome to Reborn Rap Podcast.
Hi.
Welcome. It's really great to have you here. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, it's really nice. How's the weather over there?
It's very warm today, which is very strange because we started to have autumn and now it's roasting. So I probably shouldn't be wearing this, but I've got my full wardrobe out now, so I'm committed.
Perfect.
All right. Well, I'm going to ask your first question, and I'm curious of how you got started in the reborn sculpting world. What brought your inspiration to come into there?
So it's actually I love telling the story. I was a very young mum, and I had my son when I was 17. I was fortunate enough to have accumulated enough time in a job to get maternity leave. So I spent my maternity leave trying to figure out what I was going to do with the rest of my life as a 17-year-old mum, soon to be 18. And I just wanted something that would allow me to be at home with him. I was really artistic and creative. And I just wanted to do something around that. And I just so happened to come across the dolls when I was making something called a maternity bag. So it's basically a hospital bag that it would be ready-made, and it would have all the supplies that you need to go into hospital and have a baby. Something that I loved doing when I had him, and I was able to sell them. But in my journey to making these bags, I kept coming across this word reborn, and I was like, what is this? And then I just searched it, thinking I might get more results for things that I need for these bags that I was making. And I was instantly in love. I was like, I want to make one. I didn't necessarily want to own one. I interestingly was absolutely terrified of dolls when I was growing up. I liked playing with them by day, and by night they would be in the bottom of the wardrobe, away where they couldn't hurt me. And I'd never really had like a really good relationship with dolls, not like my girls who absolutely adore dolls. So yeah, it was very strange for my family to hear that I was going to be making dolls, or that I was making dolls, because they were like, you hate dolls. You're terrified of dolls. But it was like, I was just fascinated. Like, I couldn't believe how real they were. I couldn't believe that they were handmade and people were making them. So I literally set about doing loads of research, got all my supplies, and I made my first reborn doll in about 24 hours from start to finish. It was absolutely horrendous. Like, looking back, it was a real, like, I just wanted to get it done, you know, and I was making loads of mistakes, but I decided then to strip it and start again. And I took my time that next time, and then I did sell that one on for really cheap. And then with that money I replaced it, and I ended up, you know, really then starting to quickly discover that it took time, and it took real thinking outside the box, and there were limited resources at the time. We had a few like written tutorials. I remember following a couple online, especially the Seacrest one. I don't know if we all remember the Seacrest
Yes.
ones of tutorials. And actually, when I started sculpting a few years later, the Seacrest tutorials were also kind of a little bit my Bible for starting to sculpt. I would make my own head forms similar to their own. And also Phil Donnelly. She had a brilliant tutorial to follow online. I don't know if she still has it on her website, but that also became my like sculpting Bible when I was just doing like the little mini ones. So yeah, and that's how I got started.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very different.
So what kind of time frame are we talking about? When did you start? Because that was when Phil Donnelly was around. That was
So
about
2008.
2008.
Yeah, in May 2008 was when I first started Reborn.
There's so many women get started in Reborn in that way, where they have kids, they don't want to go back to work, but they need an income, and they start painting at home.
Yeah. And it's you have to be really passionate about it. And I think I knew from the moment I saw them that it was going to consume me. I kind of have that sort of personality where I don't do anything by halves. I kind of just like, if I'm going to do it and it's a new hobby and it's like, it's just going to be everything. So and it really was.
I know, I'm terrible like that. Like I can't buy, well, I mean, now I'm better, but you know, when I first started out, I must have bought 20 kits and 6 of this color paint, 6. Well, you're the same. Janie's the same.
Jamie's
I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here quietly because I'm thinking we are the same personality, because she's like, oh, I started a new hobby. I did the same thing. You know, I was a very young mom, had my first baby at 17. She's now 31. And I thought, oh, I'm going to open a daycare because I want to be home. And I didn't just open a daycare. I opened a daycare center, you know, and
you would never hope.
But I built the center on my property, so I just had to go to the backyard.
Oh.
Yeah, so I built it on my property, but I was the exact same thing with dolls. Opposite, I loved dolls my whole life and was fixing dolls forever. So same thing, I went into the reborning head first, and I'm a hoarder of the kits now. If you need a kit, just ask me. I probably got it.
Well, I am happy to say I'm cured. I'm no longer scared of dolls. And I do really like them. I'm not a collector myself, but I can see the beauty and acknowledge the talent behind them. And I can really appreciate them, especially like the sculpting and everything now. That's my main love.
So would you know off the top of your head how many different sculpts you've produced?
So I think I counted earlier this year, and I think it was 54.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That's incredible. Do you have a favorite?
That's amazing.
Ramsey and Luciano.
Oh, I love Luciano. Oh, I know. Oh, Ramsey. Yes, I know Ramsey. Yeah.
So
I have a Ramsey.
They're my absolute favourites.
Yeah.
They're the ones that I could just like do over and over again and never get bored.
Yeah, I keep looking out for a Luciano because I missed out on that kit. It's gorgeous, beautiful kit. Oh.
Beautiful kit, and I have a Ramsey sitting in my studio right now, just staring at me, waiting. But,
waiting to be done.
Yeah,
waiting. And I love him. I love him blank. I think he's beautiful blank, and I've got him. I just keep changing his little outfit blank. So
it's the head
he's
shape
sitting
and
there.
everything. It's like,
oh yeah,
it's my favorite. Yeah, love it.
Lovely. So do you get much time to paint now these days? Or I mean, I know that you've ventured into a new business, and actually we can talk a little bit about your new business if you like.
Yeah, so because of this, I don't really have much time to paint at all. But I have just opened a play cafe.
How cool.
We've just done 3 months, so.
All right, and for us in America here, can you explain what a play cafe is?
So it's basically a play area with a cafe on the side, and our play area is a role play area. We have different buildings inside. So we have a cafe, a theatre, a farm shop. We have a vet. We have a construction site, a post office, of course. And we have a beauty salon and a hospital, a fire truck, a rubbish truck, and we also have an ice cream van. And then for the babies, we have something called a growing garden, which is like a sensory little gated area so they can stay safer.
Oh, wow.
It's lovely. It's really lovely. And it's been a real, it's been completely different to anything I've ever done before. And I'm just really enjoying being around like other people and I've got colleagues now who work with me every day, so I've got that adult interaction. And I'm also loving working with the public because it just gets such great feedback, and you just really feel like you're doing something like that has an immediate impact on people's lives. And it's all positive, so it's
that's
really
interesting, because the painting and the sculpting, it is very solitary. I mean, apart from, you have friends online and so forth, but it is very solitary. And I used to run a plastic surgery center, and it was always busy. And I miss that interaction. So that's interesting that you... It's
really nice. And I've had so many years without it. And so many up and down times because of it. I think when I first started... I found it like I was really enjoying it, and I was enjoying the community. It was like really together back then. And I was making friends, and it just seemed really lovely to do. But I also struggled with the lack of human interaction on a day-to-day basis, and the lack of talking as well. I'd then go off to one of our UK doll shows, and I'd like talk all day, and I'd just be like, this is not normal. I don't talk. I just barely spoke.
Interesting.
So it's interesting. Her play cafe, I've been watching it online. I actually follow it. I'm like peeking in from America. Yes, I follow it. And I share it. I share every time. So you just shared a Bluey buoy. It's a buoy, Bluey Day. So she's got a picture of Bluey with a little ghost over her outfit. It's called Buoy Day. And I actually just shared it. And I absolutely love it. So I've been peeking in as a daycare now, taking her ideas at her play cafe and using them at my daycare.
And there's loads there. Like we get nurseries come in, and they're like, "Where'd you get this? Where'd you get this?" And we're like, "Oh, we made it."
Yes,
fun.
And it's like from like little packets of sausages, which are just little felt sausages, and a takeaway thing with a plastic material, like a tablecloth, basically.
Yeah.
Right. Our little bags of crisps, which are literally just vinyl sewn together.
Yep.
They're just so adorable. And like our little letters as well, which we made out of false leather. So they look like little parcel leather, and they're really durable. So they're great with the kids.
Wow. Very creative. Very.
Yeah. So I've been out, and this is what I love about it. I've put all my creativity into it as well in every way. So.
Yeah, it's amazing. I've been watching from afar and stealing ideas and actually using them in the daycare.
Really?
And it's given me a little bit of a new life because, I've been doing the daycare for 30 years and I kind of got bored. And like I told Cassie when she first opened, I said, just be prepared for the runny noses and the snot and the grime that you're going to have to clean every day because you have to clean everything.
Yeah, my mum's on her second week off work because she's caught something.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Bless her. She's taken it really hard. So
God bless her.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
those kids. You love them so much that they they love you back in ways you never thought because you get it all.
Oh,
the gift that keeps giving.
Yeah.
The gift that keeps giving.
I've made lots of little best friends. So.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, Cassie, so I want to talk about something that's really exciting and that you're coming to the USA for is the West Coast Doll Show. And I'm so excited you're coming.
I am so excited to be coming. Honestly, I literally cannot wait. I haven't been to the United States for a doll show. I think the last time I came was 8 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Might have been 9 years ago.
I think it's
it was
9.
a long time ago. Yeah, 9, yeah. It was a long time ago.
It is. And it's overdue. You're due to come. Everybody's so excited and can't wait to see you. And I'm just, get your hand ready. I know you're going to have like soreness because you're going to be signing a lot of bums. A lot of bums are going to be getting signed.
I'll bring fabric pens with me.
Yes, bring the pens. And then we have...
throat lozenges too, by the sound of it as well.
Yeah.
Well, I've got some practice now. So
Yeah, she's gonna be talking a lot. We actually put you in your own booth. You were originally in booth number 2, but we moved you to your own space because we started thinking about all the amount of people that are going to be kind of coming to you, and we wanted you to have plenty of space. So we've made a special area for you, so that way you don't get overwhelmed with everybody cramming in. And I'm so excited for you. Yeah. And then we have something super excited to announce, and I'm going to let you tell everybody what you're doing.
So we have decided to release a brand new doll kit at the doll show in stock and ready to buy, and also receive a signed body with it and a lovely beautiful gift from myself. So it will be available to purchase from 2 dealers there, be from True Borns, Bobby, and it will be from Irresistibles, Esther, where you will buy your kit and your body. And then if you come on over to me, we can have a little chat and we can sign your body and you can receive your free gift from me.
Wow, that's going to be fantastic. How exciting.
Her name is Alice.
Oh.
In keeping with the theme of the show, we thought that was just like the perfect name for her. And she is a sleeping newborn baby, and she is absolutely divine. And she will be on display there. So I will have 6 of the prototypes on my stand, so everyone can see them.
How exciting.
They're going to be reborn by prototype artists who are at the show. So
yes.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
So we actually have one of the prototype artists here, don't we? Janie.
We do.
Congratulations, Janie.
I was blown away when she sent me her little message asking me if I would give her the honor to do an Alice for her in time for the show.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I literally fell out of my chair. Literally. So
well earned, Janie, because your work's beautiful. So I'm so excited.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Okay, good. That's
your
exciting.
Your work is though, Janie, and it's a really well-deserved prototype. I can't wait to see it.
Thank you. Thank
How
you.
excited. So on top of organizing the doll show and everything, you now have a deadline with a prototype and busy girl. Busy
lady.
Super busy, but I love chaos. I actually thrive in chaos. And if my life doesn't have it, and I think Cassie's the same way. I don't think Cassie can sit still. I think that's her personality as well. And that's probably why she opened that cafe, because she was feeling like the every day was the same and she needed something new. And that's kind of what I get from you. But I thrive in chaos, and I do better when I feel like I have a deadline and I have something to look forward to. But I thrive in it.
And do we know how big is the kit? How big is Alice?
She is 20 inches. I measured her. She's right at 20 inches. I put her on a bigger body. I didn't put her on an 18-inch body. I put her on the same one that I had for another kit, because the shape of her head and the size of her head, she was more of a 20-inch baby. So I did. I put her on a bigger body.
How amazing. Oh, that's going to be so exciting for anybody going to the show. And then, of course, she'll be available after the show for anyone that can't make it to the doll show.
Yeah, so after the doll show, we'll be running our normal pre-order. So it is very special that the people come into the doll show will get the first opportunity to take their Alice's home. And then it will be a special edition just for the show. And then thereafter, the regular pre-order worldwide.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah.
It's very special, and I think I think she's going to go down well.
Well,
exactly.
And we have something else that about Alice I want to put on here really quick, is that Esther Orlando, who's running her reborning class with her paints, she's actually going to be offering in her class that baby. So nobody knew this yet, and I had asked her if we could make sure we shared it today on the podcast. But her class gets an actual Alice kit to paint at the doll show. So that's pretty amazing that she's doing that. She took, because each dealer got so many to offer, and she's using some of them for her class, and it's an amazing opportunity when you take her class to get an Alice kit. So I'm super excited for her and then painting it.
Yeah. So you'll have it all painted by the time you leave
yes.
the West Coast Doll Show. That's fantastic. Wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
So speaking about prototypes, actually, we just had Bobby did a little segment for us, and we were talking about prototypes as well too. And we get this question a lot, like what do you look for when you're looking for a prototype artist? Is that something that you select on your own? Do you produce your own kits, right?
I do produce my own kits.
Okay. All right. So what do you look for when you're looking for a prototype artist?
So when I'm looking for a prototype artist, I am looking for obviously really good artistry, really good realism. I often choose my prototype artists by my initial reaction, and I'll just be scrolling Facebook and I'll go like, and then I'm just like, right, I need to write this name down, or I need to message this person if I've got something available or coming, and that's always served me well. I think artistry is really important, but a lot of people, when they're newly in the industry, or they've peaked at their artistry is really good, and it's like in real life it's so beautiful, but the photography needs to be up there with the artistry as well, because that is my end product. That is what I need to sell my product, the photos. So it's sometimes really sad when there's somebody who is clearly so talented, and they're producing these really wonderful, beautiful, realistic dolls, but the standard for their photography isn't up with the standard of their work. So I can't always choose them because I need the photos.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that I have at the end of the prototype is the photos.
Right.
And they're used for advertising. So that's always one of my big things, is that their photos need to be really good. And I choose people who take lots of photos as well. That's so important. Somebody willing to post about the doll kit regularly in the lead up, even after, just to generate that excitement, and just lots of different photos, varying, so we're not posting the same ones over and over again.
Right.
So that's how I
I think that's really important what you say, because I think that people focus a lot on their artistry and don't realize how important those pictures are. And I know that, when I first started out painting, I didn't realize, I thought that a prototype artist sent the kit to you. I finished my doll, here you go. But you don't. So the pictures need to sell and promote the doll as well. So the pictures are really, really, really important. And me personally, I think I love doing reborn photography. I just love it. It's when it comes to that stage, I just spend all day doing it. Photographing reborn dolls is different from photographing babies. And you have to know the difference, because there are some poses that you can put a newborn baby in that you can't necessarily put a kit in. And then, of course, you've got to show parts of the kit that wouldn't necessarily be shown if it was baby photography,
Yeah. And it takes a real keen eye to recognize when something doesn't look natural. When an arm is slightly the wrong position, or the head is like slightly wrong, and you have to be able to reflect back on your photos and go, oh, that doesn't look right, that doesn't look right, that doesn't look natural. Because if then the sculpting artist gets them, they just won't use them.
So Cassie, I know that you are doing everything you can to protect your work, and how are you combating that in this industry?
With great difficulty. So I copyright all my sculpts now in China. I think it is helping, but you have to reach out to, if you see any of your sculpts, so I quite often see Ava, and I will send them a certificate, and they generally do take it down. It's my certificate of registered copyright. which is what they recognize in China. And they will take it down, but it's not long before another one is up.
Oh, gosh.
In those cases, I've almost given up on those sculptures. It's a never-ending battle. I'm just one person, and I don't have the resources to fully, go in and wipe it out. However, with my new sculptures and the way I'm doing my really small editions and all the paperwork with my wallets, with the various certificates in and the sales log, I want to touch all the wood in this room and say that I haven't had another sculpture stolen since I have been doing that.
Yeah, and I think we all have to do a little bit of work. Like they can only make money if we buy them. So educating people, telling them not to buy them, educating new customers that come in. And as artists, we need to be supporting you guys 100%.
Absolutely.
I think the bottom line is, if the sculptors stop sculpting, there will be no new sculpts. If people want new sculpts, they have to support the sculptors. Equally, I want to support my customers and make sure I'm doing everything that I can to ensure that their product that they've bought from me isn't plagiarized, especially on my sold out editions, because then they're really special and people can pay a lot of money for them. So we all have a part to play. We all do. Yeah. And I think education really is always the key. So
yeah. Absolutely.
Yep. Well, thank you, Cassie. You are so lovely. And I'm so excited. Yes. I finally got to see you in person. And I'm so excited to give you that first hug when I see you at the show.
Yeah, and it was so nice to hear that British accent again. It's been a long time. I haven't been back. I think it's about 30 years since I was in the UK. So it's very nice to hear that British accent again.
Poppins signing out.
Yes. Thank you so much.
You both.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Our pleasure.
Bye-bye.
My goodness, I love her so much. Her little voice, it just gets me every time. I love it. She's so polite.
She is. She's an absolute little gem and so innovative to be so young, to have gone into, the reborning community. Even back then, it was kind of not a lot known about the reborn community. And then she's gone to the opposite end of the spectrum here with her cafe and is successful with that too. I mean, she's just somebody that's going to be really successful in life, no matter what she touches. And how exciting to meet her at the doll show.
Right. It's going to be amazing. And talk about the doll show. We still have some banquet tickets and there's only a handful left, but we definitely do still have some. And you can meet her there.
What else have you got going on? Do you have, actually, we should update people on where you are with the doll show right now.
We should. So we do still have our contest babies open. Some of them are sold out. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, that Masters category for reborning, it sold out in seconds. And then the Master Silicone sold out within like 5 to 6 minutes. I mean, it was so fast. Everybody had noticed that our website crashed because it was getting indicted with so many people trying to do it at one time. But right now, I do know that we still have space in regular reborning. We still have space in fantasy silicone. We still have space in OOAK. I think I said that right. Toddlers, I think there's only one. Yeah, one of a kind. I think toddlers only got one space left, if it's still there when this airs. But yeah, it's doing really well. So I'm super excited to see all these babies.
Yeah, perfect. So check out the West Coast Doll Show for the most up-to-date information. And we have a special surprise too.
We do.
So our wonderful friend Bobby Barfoot is donating a Cassie Love kit. I love this kit. Oh my gosh, I love this kit. It's Edith by Cassie Love. And we're going to do a giveaway. Thank you, Bobby.
Yep.
So tell the viewers how they enter.
Yeah. So how you're going to enter to win this beautiful Edith scope by Cassie Love is you're going to go to our podcast on Facebook and you're going to list your name of your favorite Cassie Love kit. And I'm going to have a post there and you're just going to list it underneath that post. And then we're going to draw a name of the winner. And then you will get the beautiful Edith Cassie Love kit. And I love that kit.
If you're not on Facebook, drop the name in the comments because we do view the comments for the YouTube channel. So we check those out as well. So if you're not on Facebook, make sure you drop those comments there.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it was interesting that, you know, we talked about how Bobby on the 15th was talking about prototypes. And one of the things that she's always talking about is pictures. And then again, we have Cassie talking about pictures, just so you know how important these are. These are a producer, both producers, both artists that select prototype artists. And one of the big things they keep talking about is pictures. So your pictures really need to be on point.
And, you know, and if you want to learn how to take photos, you can come to the West Coast Doll Show. We have a photography class there by Cheryl Townsend. She's a fantastic photographer, and I know that her class still has space. It's really important that you learn how to use your phone or your camera or anything that you're using to take photos.
Yeah, that's great hands-on. And, you know, for anybody that can't make the doll show, check out your local colleges. So the college in Texas where I am, and I'm sure they have this in every state, if you're over 55 years old, you can pay $20 a semester. And that offers a bunch of free classes for you. And I actually found a class on phone photography. So I signed up, and next month I will be doing a class on how to use my phone, because I use a different camera, but it would be nice to be able to use my phone and use those professional settings on my phone. There are colleges offer photography classes too, and they're usually a good price. So there's definitely ways out there for you to learn your photography. And you know, if you've got these beautiful babies, we really want to see them, and we really want to see these beautiful pictures of your work.
Yeah, no, that's really important, and that's great. The colleges are great to offer those.
Yeah, fantastic. So
Absolutely.
we have our next show is going to be October 15th, and that is going to be again with Bobby Barfoot's going to have her little segment in there for us. And just again, we want to remind you that we do have a premiere every time. So the 1st and the 15th of every month, we have the premiere. And the premiere, you can basically, it's like watching a movie with your friends. So you can come in, watch the live premiere, live chat. And we often have the guest that's been on the show come and join us as well. And it's just, we have a lot of fun chit-chatting back and forth. Yeah.
So much fun. And watch John fight for his crown in every premiere.
Exactly. And so if you subscribe to the channel and you hit that alert, you'll get an alert to remind you that the premiere is coming up. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah, you get an alert. And make sure you subscribe. It's really important because it does send you alerts of, you know, we posted the premiere. So that way you don't have to remind yourself or forget and miss it. It's so fun. It's so fun.
Yeah. Yeah, and I have a couple of people have said to me, "Oh, I missed the premiere."
Yeah,
and because we do, we have a blast. So if you've got some downtime, come and join us for the live premiere. Another great show. Thank you so much for asking Cassie to be on the show. She was an absolute gem, and it's so good to see you as always.
Yes, it was so much fun. So much fun, and it's almost that time.
Yeah, and we should say that there's a delay. It's really weird because sometimes there's no delay, and other times there is a delay. So Jenny's a little bit delayed. I don't mean mentally. I meant cinematographically. She's delayed. So. For me.
That's funny.
So anyway.
That's funny.
So what do we need to tell the lovely people watching?
Make sure you subscribe. Hit the subscribe button.
That's right. That's it. You got it, girl.
All right. Let's see. I want to see if I get this even with my delay today. Ready?
Okay. All right. Reborn Rap. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. I don't know.
You were so delayed.
I don't know.
On my side, it was so delayed.
Oh,
I wonder
man.
if we were in the same room together, if we could even get this. We did the first episode, though, didn't we?
We did. But we'll get it. We'll get it again. Maybe I need to fly to
Legends.
Texas and do it there.
Do it, girl. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. We will see you next time. Don't forget to enter that competition for that wonderful giveaway. Thanks to Bobby Barfoot.
And subscribe.
Bye, guys.